Well, you're at the entrance of Automated Logistics Systems. This is the front reception area. This is also where we process all of our payments. It's a very vital part of our organization because in the transportation industry, cash flow is very key to your carriers. They have a lot of fuel bills to pay. They don't get credit from the fuel suppliers, so making sure that they get paid in a timely manner is very critical to keeping the supply chain going. So this is one of our key areas of getting the whole process of the paperwork from the vendors going all the way out to the customers. So we purchased this building back in July, and we spent the first good month and a little part of the second month in renovating the building. We took some walls out and came back in and created more of what's called a bullpen, or more of the boiler room type feel in your office.
And then this back in here is actually we've got a salesman or an account rep that's actually works out of Petoskey. This is a sales office. Our other salesman is out where he should be, looking for freight. But these guys both work pretty much all the accounts we have. We've got 2 or 3 guys that manage all of those accounts. So large customers, small customers, these guys will set the pricing. These guys will work with the customer to understand what their freight flow is and how we can manage that for them. So this is really a sales area for us, and where we hopefully grow our business. This is our customs bonded warehouse. We can get a better view of it when we go out in the main warehouse. This is actually where we bring in freight from outside the U.S., bring it in and help our customers manage that freight so they don't have to pay their duties and taxes on it, and send it out of the country.
Well, this is our warehouse. Originally started more as a cross-dock operation. There's about approximately 22,000 square feet of warehouse space here. Like I said, originally it started as a cross-dock, which cross-dock and consolidation meant you'd bring in 1 or 2 small shipments, marry them up here till you have a full truckload, and then we're able to ship that out in where it travels long haul. It kind of grew from there. We had some customers that were actually going into the traditional warehousing mindset, and we have some auto parts here, for example, where they're storing this for probably about anywhere from 2 to 2 months, 2 weeks to 2 months. We have 4 regular dock wells with 1 overhead. A lot of times we'll spot a trailer here that will be spotted throughout the week, and as the shipments come in, we'll actually consolidate them and load them to ride. Most of the freight is either going to California or Texas, and so our customers are able to see some significant savings because they're actually, the cost to take their freight from Michigan down to Texas is being shared with another vendor that they might not necessarily know or be able to get in contact with. And so that's kind of where this whole piece of us and being a logistics company, we're able to put the puzzle together, offer our customers some savings that they normally wouldn't see by calling up the average carrier on the street. The overhead crane is a 3-ton overhead crane that we use to unload pipe, because pipe is usually very long and kind of odd shape. You can't handle it with a normal forklift. So with our crane system, we have a system of pulleys and straps which allow us to handle that pipe a lot easier. And we usually, what happens is take it off the Canadian carrier, hold it here, and then as the vendor actually needs it, they'll come in and usually send their own shop truck in. We'll drive in and we'll load it to ride there.
All the access doors, and there's 3 of them, they're all locked, maintained, and actually documented every time somebody enters or exits that facility. So as well, we're a CTPAT facility, which is a Customs and Trade Partnership Against Terrorism. So what that means is we're part of the secure supply chain. So if we have customers that move stuff across borders, we can facilitate that movement because we are a CTPAT. Customs views that favorably when it comes to moving freight.
So if there's any customers here in Jackson or even in the Michigan area or even as far as the entire Great Lakes area, it makes a ton of sense for us to pick up their freight, store it here, and ship it down and share the cost of it going down. So a lot of people don't understand that we do have this weekly truck, and it can be a big cost savings, as well as this is usually down there. If it picks up on Friday, it's usually down there on Monday, so that's about a one-day transit time.
This particular piece of equipment, logistics van, will take. We have a lot of customers that need this because of the type of equipment that they ship, and it's got to be secured in a certain way. So what you'll see is you'll see the ribbing all along the side, and this is to put bracing in or put ties in or whatever that's going to hold that equipment in place. So they don't want anything necessarily pressing on it, strapping it down or whatever. So we can put that in, and then we can put our securement in each of the ribbings. And the way this works and most of your folks that obviously move freight know this, but the way this works, there's actually another diesel engine technically on the front of this, and the driver will set that temperature control, and they'll set it within a range, or they'll set it for a specific temperature, and it will keep, obviously this has to maintain above a certain temperature, but they can also use this to haul frozen goods, temperature control, or a reefer trailer. So a lot of the stuff you'll see go into, say, a Meyer or somebody like that is going to be on a trailer like this.
This is typically what they call a reefer. Now, when you think reefer, you think of cold refrigerated. However, it can also be used to heated. Down here on the floor, they're a ribbed floor. So what the rib allows to do is let the airflow come down from the bottom of the trailer and cool or heat the product that's on the trailer, as well as up top. It's called the chute, which allows the heat to come out of the heat or cool to come out of the front of the engine and cool the rest of the trailers. So.
And a lot of times these will be used for traditional dry movements as well. The only thing that you have to be careful of is the aluminum floor. Obviously, you want to make sure stuff doesn't slide around. Make sure load securement is done, appropriately. So, pretty versatile piece of equipment. We use it on a lot of different types of moves. Like I said, some of it temperature controlled, some of it dry freight.
Well, this concludes our tour of our Michigan facility. Later in this season, these episodes will actually show you our Laredo facility. It's similar, but yet quite a bit different in terms of the products that we store in there. And a lot of it is because the customers that we service on the Laredo border. So it's a very interesting operation down there, but up here is it's very unique. It fits our needs well. It fits the consolidation mold that we try to sell the customers, and we're very pleased to have it, and we're very glad to have it here in Jackson. We're very glad to have it in Michigan.